Good day and welcome to a new video. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe.
Heyo and welcome to Weekly Tips. So today I wanted to talk to you about the toolbox here. So yeah, there's many ways to set it up. If you go into Windows, you should have this tool selected, and that means you can see your tools. So if it's locked out or something, make sure this is ticked. You should be able to see it. If you can't see it, I don't know why. Maybe it's on another screen. Maybe something in properties you might have to look at, but it should be there if this tools is ticked. And yeah, so you can have it anywhere. Usually default it's over here somewhere, left hand side. It seems to be a good place for a lot of people. Some people prefer though to have it on the right side or on their next desktop or down here, like right next to the actual thing, you know, the actual image they're working on. Or I think you can have it like go across the screen. I'm not too sure how to do that, but yeah, you can. I'm pretty sure you can do that. I'm not too familiar with using it that way, but yeah, there's all sorts of things you can do with that. Anyway, let's get into things. So basically, I usually set it out here. We'll use the bucket tool here. The bucket tool fills stuff. There's a gradient tool also as well that can make a nice gradient. 3D material drop tool. I'm not 100% sure with that. I'm not a 3D artist, so I'm not familiar with the 3D tools either. I may be learning them one day, never know. But I filled it with color, and I basically will layer or use the select tool to select a shape out of it, and I'll put new via cut, and that layer new via cut, and that will make a new shape for me. So I have my shape. So we'll start with the selection tool. So selection tool moves stuff, and then under it you can see an artboard tool, and this will make an artboard, so you can make as many artboards as you want freely without having to go into the properties and make them. I showed you a way to do it through properties. I didn't really know about this tool at that point, but now I do, and yeah, I find it's real easy. You can do it the properties way if you want to be like perfect with measurements and everything. It might pay to do it that way. Or you can use rulers. So if you don't have rulers on, you should be able to find them under view rulers, and you can turn them off and on. I talked about that in a video, so go check that one out. And yeah, that way, you know, you can do the same thing. Your artboards will, you can make sure the same length, height, whatever you want to do. It may be helpful to do that with rulers. And yeah, all these selection tools here to help you select, to cut things out, to select objects, to edit inside a certain place. Things like that, to make a clipping mask, create a clipping mask, things like that. If you're new to Photoshop, you might not understand those terms that I'm saying, but I will cover some of those terms and things in next video. So keep like, share, subscribing, and things like that, and you'll see those things pop up. Yeah, magic wand tool is real easy to use. You have to have be in a selected area, and you can select basically the object or shape, and that works in different ways as well. You can turn up the tolerance, turn down the tolerance, have it select certain things by averages and things like that. So a certain color it's looking for, try and select that certain color, and things like that. There's all sorts of tips and tricks about those magic wands. They can be very helpful for selecting very quickly. the crop tool, so that's basically just editing your artboard. So yeah, if you crop a different page, you can crop it. You can crop the page down, things like that with the crop tool. The frame tool is basically frame tools used to be just being like InDesign and things like that, but now it's in Photoshop. It's basically, if you're creating a website, it might be very helpful to place your imagery as frames for now, and then when you've sorted out the text and everything like that, then you can place your imagery in these frames. So if you're doing layout and things like that, it can be very helpful to make these frames. But feel free to use other tools to do it, but it's up to you. The frame tool's there just as a placeholder for an image if you want to put an image in there, and it can be very helpful because you can size up and down your imagery inside that text, that square. So it can be very helpful for that kind of thing. So yeah, there's basically tools. Then the other ones are the normal, like the Photoshop, the editing eyedrop tool, the smudge tool, things like that. Those things I can delve in further later on when we do go into doing other things. But yeah, those are the basic tools to use. Hopefully you did learn something. There's more tools, but I can't cover all of them today. I can only cover what I can. So yeah, hopefully you did learn something that's a little bit about the tools today. Hopefully you do take it on board and use it in your work. Thanks for joining me today. We'll see you in the next video. Goodbye.